Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for September 6, 2014. We have a very active severe weather threat developing for this afternoon and evening, and it's all because of a tropical air mass that's in place throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, and a powerful cold front that will put an end to the hot and humid weather conditions for the foreseeable future for the entire northern mid-Atlantic. So let's get down to the details here. Temperatures right now as of 11 a.m. range from the upper 70s to lower 80s over the northern interior, lower to mid 80s in the New York City metropolitan area, and mid 80s, lower to mid 80s, should I say, in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. We have a southwesterly wind throughout the region around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and we have dew points already in the upper 60s to mid 70s. This afternoon, ahead of this cold front, temperatures will be very much summer-like, almost something like you would see in mid-July, with temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s throughout much of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, mid to upper 80s along the immediate coast. The heat index, though, with all this humidity in the atmosphere, will range from the mid to upper 90s. Very impressive for this time of year. But it won't last long, and it's going to come to a very stormy end for this evening as showers and thunderstorms approach the region from the northwest down through the southeast, producing the threat for some power outages, heavy downpours, wind damage, flash flooding. It's going to get rather interesting this afternoon and evening. So the culprit behind this severe weather threat is this very impressive cold front. Summer here, fall here. That's basically what you need to know. And that's why we're going to have severe thunderstorms this afternoon, as we're going to have a dynamic change in our air mass setting up for the rest of this upcoming week. So, for the most part, this afternoon, summer. Hot and humid, uncomfortable, sticky, humid. By this afternoon, we're going to start the thunderstorm threat around 2 p.m. in the form of isolated pop-up showers and thunderstorms. From 4 p.m. on through about 1 a.m. Sunday morning, we're going to be dealing with the threat for a line of strong to severe thunderstorms marching from northwest to southeast throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, with this cold front approaching the region. Also keep an eye on this area low pressure, which I'll talk about for Monday. It's pretty interesting there too. So for this evening, these thunderstorms will be capable of frequent lightning, very heavy downpours, tropical-like downpours, where rainfall rates could easily exceed an inch per hour, wind gusts over 60 miles per hour, and also the threat for hail. Don't expect any isolated tornadoes out of this, but strong wind gusts and bowing thunderstorm lines are a clear threat for this afternoon and evening. Now, not everyone's going to get a severe thunderstorm, and with the case of these lines, sometimes you're lucky enough to miss the entire event, and you just get the very cool air building in thereafter. But the threat is clearly present for the entire region for strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. On the latest radar, you can clearly see the showers and thunderstorms associated with the cold front moving through the eastern Great Lakes, western New York, the Ohio River Valley. They're not really all that well developed right now because the atmosphere is relatively stable. However, as the atmosphere becomes more stable this afternoon, and as this cold front plows into this hot and humid air mass, this line of showers and thunderstorms will become far more impressive as they approach the region. So you can see this setup here with that cold front. And the good news is that they are moving rather quickly. So I'm not expecting any training thunderstorms at this time. But still, they are going to be impressive, especially with the wind gust potential and heavy rainfall. On the latest infrared satellite picture, this should be low pressure systems, by the way. It's an error from the HPC, but that's okay. So you can see clearly here that these low pressure systems, this right here, keep an eye on this for Monday. As this area of low pressure basically hooks up with this cold front and rides up the east coast as a threat for moderate to heavy rain for the region on Monday. In the meantime, this cold front will move through, and behind this cold front will be polar high pressure. And it's going to set up a very interesting weather pattern for us as we move into next week. And the reason why is because what we're going to have set up is a very tropical air mass off the east coast, polar air mass over the northern mid-Atlantic and over much of the Great Lakes, and we're going to be caught in between there, which means waves of low pressure will move through the region, keeping the weather pattern rather unsettled for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But then Friday, another polar high-pressure system builds in with clearing skies and very comfortable conditions by the time we reach next weekend, with below normal temperatures possible throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. So let's get to the model guidance and the forecast. Again, we're going to use the European model guidance for this forecast here, as it's been performing the best. Showers and thunderstorms again for this afternoon and evening. These thunderstorms will be capable of becoming severe. The impact threat, the highest impact threat, is going to be from 4 p.m. to about 10 p.m. this evening, but there'll be a threat for thunderstorms starting at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. in an isolated fashion, and then becoming more organized as we head through the evening hours. That cold front will move through. By tomorrow morning, high pressure will start to build in. Look for clearing skies throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Temperatures will start off in the mid to upper 50s over the interior, upper 50s to lower 60s over the western suburbs of Philadelphia and New York City, and within the city and along the immediate coast, temperatures will range from the lower to mid 60s. High temperatures tomorrow will be far cooler than what they are today. We're looking at mid to upper 70s over the New York City metropolitan area, upper 70s to lower 80s over the Philadelphia metropolitan area, with dew points in the 50s. You'll definitely feel the difference by tomorrow afternoon as you get ready to watch your favorite NFL team. Now, that high pressure system will remain to the north and east of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, and we're going to have a disturbance developing along the stalling cold front that's going to develop around North Carolina and lift northeast by Tuesday morning to the New Jersey coastal waters. And what that basically is going to produce is periods of showers, possibly heavy at times, for Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures will remain slightly below normal for this time of year, with upper 50s to lower 60s throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Lower to mid 70s along the immediate coast, mid to upper 70s basically over the interior and to the west of the Delaware River. There is potential, if we get steady heavy rainfall right along the coast, that temperatures never break 70 degrees with this rainfall threat. So we're going to have to really keep an eye on this area of low pressure, as it will have some tropical characteristics in the form of very heavy downpours, and clearly extratropical characteristics in the form of this being a mid-level to upper-level disturbance enhancing this low pressure system. So it's something that we're going to have to watch out for the potential for some flash flooding and urban flooding right along the immediate coast. That low pressure system exits out into the Atlantic. We have another cold front approaching from the west. We're going to be dealing with some unsettled weather conditions on Wednesday. So continued with scattered to overcast cloud cover, the threat for scattered showers, although not widespread. Temperatures will remain from the upper 50s to lower 60s for lows, and upper 70s to lower 80s for highs throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. On Thursday, a cold front will approach with showers and thunderstorms. Ahead of the cold front, temperatures will range from the lower to mid 60s for lows and lower to mid 80s for highs. Again, slightly above normal for this time of year, but that won't last long because polar high pressure builds in for Friday and for next Saturday, with clearing skies and much lower humidity and cool temperatures, with low temperatures, first of all, in the mid to upper 50s, high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'll keep live coverage of the potential for these showers and thunderstorms that will be potentially severe throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area for this afternoon and evening. So keep to NYNJPA Weather at nyNJPAweather.com and on Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus for the latest on this severe weather threat. As always, have a wonderful day and stay safe out there.